Hi everyone, welcome back to the program Home, Aboriginal Art from New South Wales. I'm Liam, and last time we looked at how the Kamilaroi and Wiradjuri artist Michael Riley was inspired by the love of his country. This time, let's take a look at a few artworks inspired by Michael Riley's love for his family and friends in Dubbo and Moree. These artworks are based on the process of portrait photography. Portrait photography is a photograph of a person or group of people that captures their personality. The photographer does this by using effective lighting, backdrops, and poses. This first work, titled Nanny Wright and Dog, is part of a series of photographs called A Common Place, Portraits of Moree Murries. Michael explains that A Common Place, Portraits of Moree Murries, was an important show for me in that it showed a community of Aboriginal people in the country. There are 2 Aboriginal missions in Moree, and I got people from both those missions together and photographed them. It looks like people walked in front of the camera and sat however they wanted to sit and showed themselves however they wanted to show themselves. All of them were related to me. It's important because it is a record of a community at that time, and a few of those people have passed away. Another important series of portraits was yarns from the Talbragar Reserve, created a little later in 1998. This series features people from Michael's community at Dubbo. This time, he visited people at home, set up his backdrop, and took their photo. One of his subjects, Will Burns, remembered that Michael would talk to everyone with utmost respect, recognizing their important knowledge and experience, and that he made people feel calm. They would chat, tell stories, share memories, and have a cup of tea with Michael, and he would take some photos. The beautiful series of portraits that is the result is like one combined portrait of a community. It is still very important to the community of Dubbo. In this portrait, titled Jag, you can see how Michael has captured the personality of his friends and family. What do you notice about the way Jag has chosen to position himself and pose? He's positioned right in the middle of the photograph, standing side on, looking straight at the camera. You could say he looks quite casual and confident, right? If we look at this portrait of Will Burns, we can see that his pose tells us something about him. His pose is very relaxed and informal. If you photographed your family and friends, would their chosen pose say something about their personality? Do you think if someone was quiet and shy, they would pose the same way? How would you pose? What would you wear? Would you look straight at the camera? In this portrait, titled Moree Women, you can see how Michael has captured the strong connection between family. How have the women decided to arrange themselves in this photograph? Who have they placed in the center? Why do you think they've made this decision? Do you think it says something about the importance of the person in the middle? Look closely. Do you recognize the lady in the middle here? Yes, that's Nanny Wright, who we saw in the first photograph, pictured with her dog. Now, I want you to take a closer look at the way Nanny Wright is posing in the group photo. She has one hand by her side and the other around the figure to her right. This is quite different to this photograph where Nanny Wright stands with the dog. You can see in this photograph that her shoulders are tucked in and her hands crossed over in front. Do you think that Nanny Wright feels more comfortable with family and friends around her? If you had to pose for a photograph by yourself, would you feel different to if you were posing with family and friends? Would you feel more comfortable by yourself or with others? Would you like to have a go at making your own photographic series of your friends and family? And I'll see you next time.